control transmission protocol. This is we are already discussed in this unit as TCP and then UDP, and then third part is SCTP, is a steam control transmission protocol. Here we are discussed about the what are the port numbers and then description, what are the default port numbers are going to use in the SCTP process, which is combination. This SCTP is a combination of both TCP and UDP is the SCTP combination. Okay, this can be used in the combination of it can be either connectionless protocol or it can be used that wired transmission or connection oriented protocol. These two processes can be combined in the SCTP protocol. Okay, how the multiple streams are processed we have discussed, and then how we are transmitting the multiple IP address to one system to another system or client system to a server system with the help of internet. All this process we are discussed in last class. I will share the screen. Next we are going to discuss about the TCP and the UDP segment. TCP with the SCTP packets. Okay, I will share the screen. Yeah, it's visible to all. Yeah, it's visible. Okay, this diagram shows this header format shows the comparison between TCP segment and SCTP packets. Okay, here left hand side is a source port address. This left hand side is we are already seen the TCP header format, TCP segment format. Left hand side, this is a source port address, destination port address, and then sequence number, acknowledgement number, header length, control flags. You have seen about control flags, about 6 control flags, and then window size, and then checksum, urgent pointer, and then options and the database. All these process we are discussing the TCP segments. Okay, this equivalent to what we are doing in the SCTP means this port address and then destination address will be same. Instead of sequence number, there will be assigned as a verification tag. Okay, instead of sequence number, we are using as a verification tag, and then instead of acknowledgement number, we are using as a checksum. These 3 parts will be assigned as a header. Here, header and the option, all these parcels will be comes under the checksum, urgent pointer. Up to option will be comes under the header part. In the SCTP means there will be 3 parts. First one will be assigned as a header part, and then second one will be assigned as a control part, and then third part will be assigned as a data part. So here we are assigned in the header part will be divided into 3 parts. First one will be assigned as a source port address and destination port address, and then second one will be assigned as a verification tag, which is used to transmit based upon the verification. So like sequence number, here we are using the verification tag, and then instead of acknowledgement we are using as a checksum, whether the particular packets are transmitted to the receiver. Based upon the receiver process, the particular acknowledgement will be transmitted to the sender. So based upon that only the checksum process will be processed. Okay, here the Windows header length, control flag, and then window size all together will be combined to the other as a control chunks. Control means based upon the what are the process to be transmitted from sender to receiver. All these process can be combined in the form of controls. What are the data to be transmitted, what are the packets to be transmitted from source to destination, and then what are the packet will be received, what are the missing packets to be sent, what are the data to be received from the sender to receiver. what are the data to be pending in the sender side, what are the data to be acknowledgement received, acknowledgement pending from the receiver side. All this process will be controlled in the control chunks. Okay, here the window, based upon the window size, it will be processed from source to destination. Okay, here option fields and then data bytes are combined together as a data chunks. Okay, data chunks is data storage between the sender and receiver. Data storage to be the sender from sender to receiver process as assigned as a data chunks. These are the different. This diagram shows the difference between the TCP segments and the SCTP segment. Okay, and then here there will be divided into 4 parts. The data chunks are divided into 3 main parts. That is, first one is a TSN, and then SI, and then third one is a SSN. Okay, TSN is a cumulative number identifying in the association. Okay, SI is used to identify the steam process, how the number of streams to be transmitted, okay, between sender and one part to another part, or one packet to another packet. All these process defines the steam process, and then SSN defines the chunks in that stream. What are the chunks to be transmitted in the particular stream? Okay, here number of packets here transmitted is 4 packets is transmitted. From packet 1 will be transmitted as a, see here, TSH is 101, TSH is assigned as 101, and then SI will be assigned as 0, SSN will be assigned as a 0, and then TSH, and then another option TSN equal to 102, and then TSN equal to 103. There 3 packets will be controlled with the help of first packet, and then here SSN will be 0, 1, 2. Okay, based upon this will be transmitted to next packet. Okay, in the next packet, what is the process? TSN will be next level 104, and then TSN equal to 105, and then TSN equal to 106. Here the continuation of SSN will be from 3 to 2 to 3. Here next level is a 3, and then next will be assigned as from 0. Okay, it will be assigned till 3, maximum 3, and then it will be restarting as a first level as a from 0 to 2 or 3. Okay, and then SSN will be assigned as a 0, and then SSN will be assigned as a 1, and then SSN will be assigned as a 2. Next, third packet will be the stream 0 first level packet, first packet to second packet will be assigned as a stream 0, and then second packet to third packet will be assigned as a stream 1, and then third packet to fourth packet will be assigned as a stream 2. Okay, here stream packets, second packet to third packet, there will be a process TSN will be assigned as a 107, and then TSN will be 108, and then 109, and then based upon that, here SSN will be second packet SSN will be ending with the 1. Here will be assigned as a 2, and then 0 will be assigning as a starting packet. So TSN will be assigning as TSN, 108 will be assigning as a SSN will be assigned as 0, and then SSN will be assigned as a 1 in the TSN 109, and then TSN 110, 111. Okay, till the end of fourth packet, the stream 2 process will be transmitted from third packet to fourth packet. So here the process transmitted from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and then 3 to 4 will be processed from 1 to 4 process, and then reverse process will be reply as a flow of packets from sender to receiver. Okay, flow of packets means the reply acknowledgement from sender to receiver in the reverse process from fourth packet to third packet, and then third packet to second packet to first packet. This is the reverse process in the acknowledgement process, which is in the reverse process. Okay, this diagram shows the packets and data chunks. Okay, data chunks and then streams, how we are transmitting the streams in the 4 packet process. Okay, here this is the TCP SCTP packet format. Okay, in SCTP, acknowledgement number are used to acknowledgement only data chunks, control chunks or acknowledgement by other control chunks if necessary. Here there will be a general header will be used as a 12 bytes header, and then chunks will be used as a n number of chunks will be used as a here chunk 1 will be chunks 1 variable length till chunk n. Okay, their variables will be based upon the control chunks. The chunks will be differ for packet transmission. The control chunks will be differ from one packet to another packet. For example, we can say for packet transmission, first packet transmission, the control chunks can be used here is 4 chunks, for example. And then next packet, there will be a packet size will be maximum packet size. So there will be a maximum packet size means if we are using maximum means the control chunks will be used as a maximum control chunks based upon the message size or packet size. The control chunks also will be increased. Next packet we are using maximum means maximum packet length means the control chunks also will be increased from before to after. Okay. The acknowledgement is used for acknowledge only the data chunks. Okay, the acknowledgement is using for only if the data is received by the receiver. Afterwards only the particular data will be transmitted to the sender. Okay, the acknowledgement number will be transmitted to the sender. Okay, based upon the acknowledgement only the control chunks will be transmitted from sender to receiver process. Okay, in the SCTP packets, control chunks will be used as a before and after chunks. Okay, the header will be general header will be there. Based upon the header process, there will be a control chunks will be transmitted between sender and receiver. Okay, this is the packet header format of SCTP. Okay, this is the general header. General header in the sense here you are using as a source port address, and then destination port address, and then here we are using the four-way handshake between the sender and the receiver. That is a server and the client process. First one, there will be a client request initiation will be sent from client to server, and then from the server side there will be a cookie reply will be sent to the server to client process, and then from the client to there will be a sending as a cookie echo request. Cookie echo will be transmitted from client to server, and then finally from cookie acknowledgement cookie acknowledgement will be transmitted from server to client process. Okay, here cookie echo means what? Whatever the acknowledgement will be transmitted from server to client, for that acknowledgement there will be a transmitting the client side cookie request. Okay, from the client side there will be a transmitting a cookie echo process for the from the whatever the message sent by the server. For that it will be replying the cookie echo. So based upon that only there will be a process used in the cookie echo process, and then from the server side there will be using as a cookie acknowledgement. From the server side for that cookie echo request there will be a cookie acknowledgement from server to client process. There is a these are the four-way handshake process. Based upon the first one, initiation will be sent by the client side to server side. Second way is from the server side there will be a sending a initiate acknowledgement plus cookie process, and then third will be sending as a cookie reply, and then cookie reply with the cookie echo process from client to server side, and then fourth process is for the cookie there will be a acknowledgement for the cookie acknowledgement. So based upon that only the server will be transmitting the acknowledgement to the server to client process. So here we are using the header format. There will be a general header will be using a source port address will be using as a 16-bit address, and then destination port address will be used as a 16-bit address. verification tag will be used as a 32-bit address, and then here we are using a checksum. Checksum will be using as a 32-bit address. Based upon the total size will be using a 32-bit address will be divided into source port address will be 16-bit, and then destination port address will be using 16-bit, and then verification we are using the verification tag as a 32-bit address for verification tag, and then checksum also we are using a 32-bit address. So basically the header format will be divided into three parts. Based upon this only the data will be transmitted between the source to destination or from the destination to source as a acknowledgement. So based upon that only the data will be transmitted between the sender and receiver process. Okay, here the data will be transmitted by the cookie process as a from the source part to destination with the help of a four-way handshake. So here initiation will be sent as a from the client side to server side as a acknowledgement process, which is used as a initiation cookie process will be transmitted from. Based upon the time duration, there will be a time duration between the server to client process. So here based upon the server request only, the client will be sending the initiation request. Based upon that, the server will reply to the particular request. So here verification tag will be used as a verification tag will be using as a 32-bit address which is used to transmit the data from source to destination. Okay, here the data chunks will be using as a what is the data the type 0 will be used as a chunk which is used as a user data. What are the user data to be transmitted between the sender and receiver? And then type 1 will be using as a initiation process, that is a setting up the association. Setting up the association means based upon the client request there will be a association will be initiation process will be carried from client side to server side. And then here type 2 is assigned as a initiation acknowledgement from initiation chunks acknowledgement, whereas from the server side to client side there will be acknowledgement from server side to client side, that is a initiation acknowledgement. So yes, acknowledgement is a selective acknowledgement. There will be the group of chunks will be group of data will be received by the sender to receiver. At that process we are going to select or we are going to transmit the process for the selective acknowledgement. If we are transmitted, we are receiving the n number of packets, means based upon that we are selectively transmitting the acknowledgement for the particular packet. So that is a selective acknowledgement. Based upon it, we are transmitting the packets from 1 to 10, means based upon that we are giving after which are all in the queue process, which is used in the queue process, means based upon that there will be a transmitting the process which is comes under the selective acknowledgement in the process which is in the queue process, means there will be a selective, means for example from the sender side to receiver side we are able to receive only 5 and 6 packets. They are transmitted from 1 to 9. We can able to receive only 5 and we are received only 5 and 6, means based upon that 5 and 6 will be acknowledged by the receiver side or from the server side. Okay, here the heartbeat is assigned as a peers for live lines. Live lines means here we are transmitting the process from the sender to receiver as a process to the communication which is going to transmitted from sender to receiver process. For that heartbeat there will be acknowledgement transmitted from the receiver side to sender side, that is assigned as a heartbeat acknowledgement, whereas acknowledges the heartbeat chunks by the receiver to sender side. And then type 6 is used as a abort process, which is going to, if I transmitted the particular process or particular packets, that going to abort means based upon the abort process, there will be a abort request will transmitted from sender to receiver process. So based upon that only, the abort request will be transmitted between the sender and receiver. Okay, and then seven shutdown process. Shutdown means what? If you are going to terminate the particular termination process, termination means if you are going to shut down a particular process, packet transmission means if you want give the shutdown process, that is used comes under the type 7. Type 7 is used as a terminate the association. Okay, whereas in the for the shutdown process there will be acknowledgement for the shutdown process that is assigned to the type 8. Okay, the shutdown type 8 is used as a shutdown acknowledgement where acknowledges shutdown chunks. Okay, if the error occurs means based upon the 9 type 9 is used as a error process. It uses the report error without the shutdowning. What are the if error is coming in at the time of transmission means that error will be rectified with the help of report process. Okay, if it is not shutdowning the process, the particular error will be rectified with the help of request sent by the client side or server side. Okay, here next will be cookie echo. Cookie echo means there will be a transmission, will be third party association will be established between the client side to server side. Okay, from the third party means there is a association establishment between the from server side to client side. There is a cookie echo will be transmitted from client side to server side. For that, the type 11 will be used as a cookie acknowledgement. For the cookie echo request, there will be a acknowledgement will be transmitted from server side to client side. So based upon the cookie acknowledgement, the particular client side will be able to receive the particular request which is transmitted from client side to server side. For the server side, there will be a sending the reply message as a cookie acknowledgements. Okay, cookie echo acknowledgement which is used as a type 11. And then type 14. Type 14 is used as a shutdown complete. Okay, which is going to terminate the process permanently. Okay, here the process termination which is used to terminate the shutdown process which is to complete the third party process. That is used in the type 14. And then type 192. Type 192 is used as a forwarding TSN. TSN means which is used to forward the packets from sender side to receiver side on the basis of adjusting the process which is transmitted from sender to receiver process. Okay, here we are transmitting the data from sender to receiver on the basis of adjusting cumulative TSN. Okay, here the based upon the server process, based upon the client process only, the data will be transmitted between the server to client side process. Okay, and then here the connection is SCTP is called as an association. A connection established. We are using in TCP or using as a connection establishment. So here we are using a connection. A connection is in the SCTP is called as a association. So in the based upon the association only, the data transmission between the sender and the client side process to server side process will be completed based upon the association process. Here no other chunks will be allowed in the packet carrying an init or init acknowledgement chunk. Okay, a cookie echo or cookie acknowledgement chunk can carry the data chunk. Okay, here in SCTP only data chunk consumes the TSN. Okay, data chunks are only chunks that are acknowledged. Okay, based upon the acknowledgement only, the data transmission between the sender and receiver with the help of TSNs. Okay, here data transmission between the sender and receiver with the help of data chunks. Okay, here we are acknowledged with the help of data, whichever the data received by the sender or whichever data received by the receiver, for that the acknowledgement will be transmitted by the receiver. Okay, here no other chunks are allowed to carry the initiation process. For the initiation acknowledgement, that are all not issued in the SCTP process. Okay, here we are going to use only the SCTP cookie echo request and then cookie acknowledgement only for the data transmission. Based upon the cookie echo and cookie acknowledgement only, the data transmission between the sender and receiver can be transmitted on the basis of association process. Okay, based upon the association means what? Connection establishment between the sender and receiver. Okay, after the connection establishment only, the data transmission between the sender and receiver will be carried out between the sender and receiver. Okay, here the data chunks will be consumed the TSN process. Total data stream numbers are to be transmitted between the sender and receiver. Okay, up to this we can stop the class. Next we can continue the next class. We continue the how the data transmission in the TSN process and then in the SCTP process. Okay, if you have any doubt up to this, we have discussed today class. We have discussed today class about the TCP and then SCTP packets, and then how the data packets, data chunks, and then streams are transmitted based upon the n number of packets, and then how SCTP packet format to be transmitted between sender and receiver, and then four-way handshaking between source to the destination process. How their general packet header format is used between the header and footer process to be transmitted between sender and receiver. How your initiation process will be transmitted from client side to server process. From the server side, how their acknowledgement will be transmitting all this process. And then finally chunks will be transmitted. What are the different type of process, what are different types of chunks will be used between SCTP process, and for the different types, what are the process to be carried out, what are the description can be used in the particular process will be used in the between the different types of chunks. Okay, here the process will be used in the between the different types of chunks will be used in the between server to client side process. Okay, and then how we are using the association between the server side to client side, and then no other process will be carried in the process of initiation, and then initial acknowledgement. There will be using the cookie echo and cookie acknowledgement only for the data transmission. Okay, if you have any doubt up to this, we can stop sharing the session. If you have any doubt, okay, we can wind up the session. Thank you to all.
Thank you, sir.